So this is a December 2nd update on the mystery dog upper respiratory illness and the new mystery pneumonia in children in Ohio and China, and a little bit more about long COVID and a little something about the birds. So the latest thing going around on all the message boards that we veterinarians use on social media and other internet sites to share ideas and communicate and ask each other, I don't know what this is, somebody help me, and things like that. There was a post yesterday, maybe from the top, the high echelon investigators, the people who are supposed to figure out stuff, the infectious disease experts and all that. So a post, this is an example. The other states and places are doing similar things. So I'm not calling out anybody here. I'm not calling out any vets or any labs or anything. This is just an example of how they don't know what's happening. So the New Hampshire Veterinary Diagnostic Laboratory and the Hubbard Center for Genome Studies say that they've used genetic sequencing and have discovered a previously unknown germ. They're calling the pathogen a funky bacterium because it's reportedly smaller than normal bacteria in size, making it harder to find a sequence. So, and that's fine. I say funky as a description of things when I don't know what else to say, and we all do that, and that's fine. But, for a prestigious laboratory to use that terminology just illustrates to us that they don't know what it is. Nobody knows what this thing is. Western medicine doesn't have any idea what this upper respiratory disease is. They're trying to find something to blame it on, but they don't know what it is. So as I said, I did a video November 19th when we first started talking about the mystery upper respiratory illness in dogs. And I said, even if we don't know what it is or how to classify it, the underlying cause is the same. It's something in our environment. So we need to address the internal health and wellness of ourselves and our pets and the external environment that's out here around us. So there's more. So now, in the past day or two, we're all seeing in the news that children are getting this pneumonia, white lung disease pneumonia, started in China, now it's in Ohio, and they think they have linked it to a certain bacteria called mycoplasma that reportedly kind of comes around every 5 years or so. Okay, so they may have found something, but they've also found strep, like strep throat, strep bacteria, and the respiratory syncytial virus, I can't say that word, the RSV. They found that in some of these kids too. So they found a few different things, so they can't absolutely, with certainty, blame it on the mycoplasma because there's other stuff there. And even if it is the mycoplasma, we're missing the point that if it comes around every 5 years, it comes around to serve a purpose, to detoxify some cells, to clean up something, or to ready children or people for the next phase of life or the next season or something. It has a purpose. So we're completely ignoring that it has a purpose if it's there. But then that's just aside from the fact that they've found that in some of these sick children, but they also found other things, so they can't know what it is. There's also in the Midwest and the big factory farms where the chickens and turkeys are grown, there's been an avian influenza outbreak the past few days. That's been in the news also. This is a little bit different because those birds live in deplorable factory farm conditions where they're crowded and stressed and they're breathing in the dust from the floor that's full of their own poop matter. So yeah, they're going to get diseases and get sick easier than the rest of us because their environment's so terrible. But it's a respiratory flu that's going through the birds now, and they're having to kill all the birds because they're sick. So we've got dog disease, we've got children, on two opposite ends of the world. We've got avian influenza, maybe that's related, maybe not. That might be a different thing. But it's all respiratory pneumonia signs, okay? So that should tell us that it's not a bunch of different diseases and a bunch of different species. It's something causing the same type of illness in all living things. The best explanation for these symptoms is microwave sickness or radiation poisoning. So here's a link to an article that talks all about it. And interestingly, I posted a video November 27th, about long COVID just a few days ago. And in long COVID, one of the newest things they were trying to blame it on was mast cell activation syndrome. Well, this article that I'm going to put a link to in the comments about microwave sickness, one of the things they talk about in there, and I quote, mast cells are located in all organs and systems in your body and are activated or triggered by electromagnetic frequencies, such as radio frequencies from 5G installations or satellites. So here we have it. Here we have it again. We have something in the environment causing long COVID potentially. And then we have very similar respiratory and weakness symptoms in dogs and children and birds. It's all the same thing in the environment, okay? It's not individual little diseases in different species. It's all the same stuff in the environment. And as the microwave sickness article suggests, it's all the EMF and satellite and all the stuff in our atmosphere. So you know what it is and what it isn't now based on that. But that's not really what you want to know. What you want to know is, what are you going to do about it? How do you protect yourself? How do you treat yourself? What are you going to do with this mystery illness, whether it's in you or your child or your pet? Well, there's not a real easy answer. The basic principle is you need to keep your immune system supported and strong and healthy to fight off whatever it is, or to deal with whatever it is, or to go through the processes that it needs to go through. But this is different for everyone because it depends on your lifestyle and your environment and where you live. Different regions of the country have different toxins and different chemicals. And if you eat food from the grocery store that was grown in factory farms, it's full of GMOs and chemicals and antibiotics and all sorts of stuff. Whereas if you eat cleaner, then your gut health isn't as bad. And even if you eat clean, healthy foods, if you eat a lot of sugars and chocolate chips, it messes up your gut bacteria to where even though you're eating healthy, clean source food that doesn't come from factory farms, it messes up your bacteria, and that messes up your immune system. Okay, so it's different for everybody. You just have to do whatever you can to get cleaner, healthier food, cleaner, healthier water. Whether you're on city water or well water, that can be contaminated. If you're not getting water from a mountain spring and you don't know what's upstream of that spring, you're getting contaminants there. Fluorescent lighting, intestinal parasites. There's a bunch of stuff you can look at, and one thing may be a problem for you and your pet, and it may be different for somebody else. So there's not a one size fits all answer, other than trying to get the immune system free of things that it's working against, so it can focus on whatever the new problem is. I said parasites a second ago, like intestinal parasites. If you have intestinal parasites, that can become cancer and all sorts of illness. So you need to get rid of your intestinal parasites. But if you don't have intestinal parasites, then you need to be focused on something else. So you've got to figure these things out. This is all the stuff that the doctor and modern Western medicine isn't going to tell you. They're just telling you to go step down your vaccines and isolate yourself. Well, they don't have vaccines against this, whatever this is, so they don't know what it is. And they're missing the point that you're getting sick from this, or your dog's getting sick from this because there's toxins in their body, and the virus or the disease or the bacteria is trying to clean it out. Okay, and that's going to happen no matter how hard you try to stop it. The virus, the bacteria, nature will win. Nature will outsmart you. If nature wants to clean out some toxins from your body, it's going to do it. Okay, so the best thing you can do is try to get yourself as clean, as healthy as possible, lots of immune system support, so that your body can handle going through the process of getting things cleaned up without becoming deathly ill. Okay, so good luck, everybody. Best wishes. Thanks. Bye.